Hi guys, welcome to the Thinking Crypto YouTube channel. I hope you're healthy and doing well. On this channel, we cover the news, facts, and sentiments about the crypto market. We also interview many of the folks who are building and investing in the asset class. I've interviewed CZ, Binance's CEO, as well as Andreas Antonopoulos, and many others. And I will be interviewing very soon Cameron Winklevoss, who's the co-founder of Gemini with his twin brother Tyler. So make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button. And also Dan Hell, Director of Business Development at Kraken. I will be interviewing him this week. So guys, like I said, hit that subscribe button. Guys, could Bitcoin see $14,000 soon, maybe in the coming months? It's looking like that, based on the data and trends. Now, we're not talking certainties, we're talking probabilities, right? No one can predict the future. But looking at the data, we can make a guesstimate here of potentially what may happen. So Bitcoin price chart Fractal seen in 2019 hits at 14K within months. So it's following a similar pattern that we saw in April 2019 when Bitcoin surged from 5,000 to 14,000 in 62 days. So what we're seeing right now on the chart as of today is that Bitcoin is back over 9,000. It's currently sitting at 9,275. We had a big dump, as you guys can see here, right, from the chart. We were very close to 10,000, and then we had dumped back down below 9,000. So this is a good sign that we're back over and we're seeing an upward trajectory. But, it's too early to call anything. But, based on the data now and the trends, it's looking like we could see 14K. Historically, the Bitcoin halving starts a bullish momentum, not a bull run, right? We start seeing steady higher prices, and the bull run usually comes maybe 1.5 to 2 years after. July 9th, 2016 was the second halving. The parabolic run-up we saw was in December 2017. So just keep that in mind, guys. You have to look at this from a macro perspective, but if we can see 14K and hold that as a support level and work our way back up, that means next year we could potentially see over 20,000. And I'm personally of the belief that we could see a 10x from the current price. So that would put us between the $80 to $100,000 price for Bitcoin. Now I'm talking about 1.5 to 2 years from now, right? As far as a parabolic run-up. But anything is possible. Things could happen early based on the current economy where people move to Bitcoin. We saw Paul Tudor Jones, billionaire, putting his money into Bitcoin, right? And you have some announcement that some of these other major investors and banks and Wall Streeters put their money in. You could see that earlier. Probabilities here, not certainty. So please, hope you understand that. We're talking about hypothetical situations based on the data and based on what's happening around us, right? So very interesting. I hope it does go to 14K. That will be awesome. And we'll see though. It may just move sideways at 9,000, between 8,000 and 9,000 for the next 6 months. Who knows, right? It's hard to tell these things, but let's hope for the best here. Now, some interesting news. Ripple is launching a new loans platform. It is still yet to be confirmed if XRP is involved. Now, I personally believe XRP is involved because I've seen a video from Miguel Valles, a former employee at Ripple, who talked about the loans that they would do for XRP to institutions who may not be comfortable in buying XRP and holding it on their books, right? So there's some nuances there with regulations and different companies. So I believe XRP is involved, but this all came from a job listing from Ripple, Director of Product Management Loans. And let's see what they build out here, guys. They said at Ripple, we provide, let me move ahead here. The director role is best suited for someone who has significant product launch experience, grit, and creativity to conceive and pioneer novel solutions to complex problems. And let's see where we can find the actual, here we go. Create and launch Ripple's loan product offering. Deeply understand how Ripple can better serve new prospective RippleNet customers with working capital loans. Create the relevant org structures to properly execute on functional loan offering. So I don't believe this is cash. I believe this involves, maybe it involves some cash, but I believe this is primarily XRP to move the funds, right? We'll loan you the XRP to move the funds. We'll see, right? At this point, we're just speculating. But like I said, I've seen that video from Ripple's employee, Miguel Valles, and we'll see where this goes. But I diversify. I hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. I'm bullish on all three. I believe XRP has a bright future. It's not my emotions or feelings. It's based on the facts and adoption. And here, shout out to Stephen Dieppe, who found this. An official document from the Arab Money Fund mentioning how crypto assets like XRP helps reduce liquidity costs from prefunding local currency accounts. This is exactly the use case XRP was built for. It's not even built to compete against Bitcoin, but you still have maximalists on both sides always fighting. I see that as childish. It is different use cases. Bitcoin I see as a store of value, digital gold, a hedge against inflation and so forth. XRP, the ideal bridge asset to move money cross-border, right? And this is a document from April 2020. The full link here is for the Arab Monetary Fund website, and it clearly highlights, if I can pull it up here, as for the second model, the Ripple's DLT-based solution XRapid, which is now known as Ripple ODL, that uses the crypto asset XRP to enable remittance services providers to lower foreign exchange costs and ensure faster settlement. They recognize it. Ripple's engaged with the central banks and these different governments and monetary funds and IMF and all these different banks around the globe. Now, we are still waiting for regulatory clarity in many places, especially the United States, and I believe that's what's holding back a lot of the XRP gains. That's just my opinion. You may disagree, and that's okay, guys. We can talk about it. We don't have to fight. And I'm bullish on XRP, guys. I'm just following the facts here, and we got some testimonials here about XRP, and this is from Bitrue, which is Curious Wang. I've interviewed him on my channel. You guys can check out the interviews playlist. But he said here, XRP's role in solving problems with cross-border payments is a perfect use case that will drive growth, which is why Bitrue decided to make it the central asset of our exchange. And I interviewed him like 1.5 years ago. It's on my channel here. And, we talked about this very early before they started even doing all these things. And these people, once again, they have skin in the game. And I would rather listen to these business owners and these people who are actually building and doing things versus some random person on Twitter or some crypto trader, right? Because different motives, different understanding, different perspectives, different views. So this guy who's building an exchange, seeing all cryptos and seeing everything, has a different view, and he recognizes XRP's value. So got to think about these things, right? So Bitrue becoming here a big supporter of XRP, and they're on board. They're all in. On that note, I will be interviewing Caroline Bowler, who runs BTC Markets. She's the CEO of BTC Markets, and they are, of course, a Ripple ODL partner, and I will be, of course, talking to her about that. Now, she may not be able to disclose everything because NDAs, right? Ripple's probably not going to want her to be talking to me about certain things, but we're going to talk about, their ODL service and what's going on in the Australian dollar XRP front, which has been seeing significant volume, guys. Now, guys, final news here. Andreessen Horowitz-backed dYdX protocol released its Bitcoin perpetual contract out of private alpha on Wednesday, bringing a key BTC Bitcoin derivatives product to Ethereum's DeFi ecosystem. You guys, that's why I'm bullish on Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Ethereum's use case, DeFi, smart contracts, is going to be big. And actually, the developers of Ethereum and XRP are working together. They're building up Ethereum XRP bridge. So that's coming. And this is why people who fight with maximalism are so silly when the people, the actual companies and behind the cryptos, the developers are working with each other. Right? It's just crypto traders and people on Twitter that fight all the time, maximalists, which is ridiculous. So A16Z, I've covered them on my channel. They are big, all in on crypto, guys, and they are a huge, huge hedge fund, of course. So some more details here. I had actually covered this, I think it was last week. There was another Bitcoin derivatives product or tokenized Bitcoin that got built on, I believe it was a Tezos blockchain, or was it Ethereum? I can't remember, but there's a lot of these different financial products being built for Bitcoin. And that's why I'm bullish on it, right? So the top Bitcoin derivatives product is now available on decentralized finance, DeFi. Andreessen Horowitz-backed dYdX released its Bitcoin perpetual contract from private alpha on Wednesday, bringing the most liquid digital asset derivative to Ethereum's DeFi market for non-US investors. Unlike similar futures products, perpetual contracts don't expire at a set time. For the first time, users can trade the most popular financial product in crypto, Bitcoin perpetual contracts, on a decentralized exchange, dYdX founder Antonio Giuliano said in private messages. So this is great. More products, more on-ramps bring money into the market, and crypto's here to stay, guys. The new asset class, you see all the big players getting in. We just heard I talked about it yesterday, JP Morgan offering banking services now to crypto exchanges. When they were bashing Bitcoin, they were trying to stop people from investing. Now we're going to provide banking services for crypto exchanges. The tide is changing. The writing's on the wall. This is the new disruptive asset class. The blockchain is going to be the next layer on top of the internet, guys. So the future is very bright. We just got to be patient to go through it. Just think about where we're at. I always liken it to 95, 96 of the .com, the internet age, the birth of the internet, right? Google and Amazon weren't overnight successes. It came later on. Their stock prices skyrocketed years and years later. I'm not saying we have to wait that long, but things are moving much faster now because we live on top of a faster internet ecosystem versus the start of the internet. We're building on top of the internet, so it will come sooner. And 2017, you guys saw what happened. That's going to be a tiny blip on the whole timeline of crypto. Higher prices are coming, but we got to be patient. So guys, what do you think about this news? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please share the video if you found it helpful, and I'll talk to you all later.